Have you ever stopped to think about why a price hike for your favorite coffee might actually be great news for its biggest competitor? Or, why a sale on hot dog buns always seems to pop up right when hot dogs are on sale? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden economic links that connect the products you use every single day. So let's start with this. How can the price of a can of Coke actually change the future of Pepsi? Now, on the surface, this sounds like a simple question about soda, right? But it's actually the key to understanding a huge economic idea. Basically, no product is an island. A tiny price change can kick off a massive chain reaction, sending ripples all across the market. And that's exactly what we're talking about, this ripple effect. See, every single product is part of this invisible web of connections, a kind of dance between competition and cooperation. So to get our heads around it, let's start by looking at the competitors. First up, the competitors. These are the products that are locked in this constant battle for your wallet. Just think of them as the rivals, right? The alternatives, the either-or choices we're all making every single day. The official term in economics for these guys is substitute goods, and it's pretty straightforward. They're just products that do the exact same job. If you can easily swap one out for the other without really even thinking about it, boom, you're looking at a substitute. And of course, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi is the absolute classic example. It's a choice, let's be honest, most of us have faced standing in front of a vending machine. They are perfect substitutes, and they've been locked in this decades-long war for that top spot in the market. Okay, so let's play this out. If Coca-Cola decides to raise its prices, what happens? All of a sudden, that can of Pepsi sitting right next to it on the shelf looks a whole lot better, doesn't it? So people start buying more Pepsi. The demand for Pepsi goes up. It's what we call a positive relationship. As the price of one rival goes up, demand for the other one follows right behind. And this is not just about soda. I mean, this principle is absolutely everywhere. Think about travel. If a train ticket suddenly gets way more expensive, that cheaper bus or coach ticket starts to look like a really attractive substitute for your trip, right? So here's the easiest way to remember all this. Just think, substitute equals switch. When the price of one product goes up, you just switch to the other one. Simple as that. But not all products are enemies. Some are actually partners. They work together as a team. And this brings us to a totally different and really fascinating kind of relationship. We call these complementary goods, and you can think of them like two pieces of a puzzle. The value of one is totally tied to the other. You almost never buy one without at least thinking about its partner. And here's the textbook example, and for a really good reason. I mean, what good is a car if you don't have petrol to make it go? And what's the point of petrol if you don't have a car to put it in? Their fates are completely, fundamentally linked. Now, this is where the relationship gets flipped completely on its head. If the price of petrol suddenly skyrockets, the total cost of driving, of owning a car, goes way up. And all of a sudden, buying a new car seems way less appealing, and car sales might actually start to drop. So this is a negative relationship. The price of one partner goes up, and the demand for the other one goes down. But hey, it works the other way too. The unbelievable explosion in smartphone sales created this massive booming market for all the complementary stuff. Phone cases, screen protectors, chargers, you name it. The success of one product directly fuels the success of a whole other industry. So what's our little memory trick for this one? Simple. Complementary equals combine. These are the products you have to combine to actually use them. All right, so we've met the rivals and we've met the partners. Now let's put these two ideas head to head just to make the difference totally crystal clear. When you get right down to it, it all boils down to one simple question. Do you use them instead of each other or together? If it's instead of, they're competitors. If it's together, they're partners. That's really the whole game. So let's just nail this down one last time. For substitutes, the relationship is competitive. That leads to a positive demand effect, and our key word is switch. For complements, it's a cooperative relationship that gives us a negative demand effect, and our keyword is combine. Okay, so we've got the definitions, we've looked at some examples, but why does any of this actually matter? Outside of an economics class, why should you care? Well, because these ideas are incredibly powerful tools. Businesses use this logic all the time. Ever wonder why a new video game console is sometimes sold at a loss? It's because they want to hook you into buying their super profitable complementary games. Or why your printer was so cheap, but the ink costs a fortune. Yep, classic strategy. Understanding this stuff reveals the hidden forces that shape the deals you see and the choices you make every single day. And just like that, you can start seeing the world a little differently, almost through the eyes of an economist. Think about it, your game console and its games, butter versus margarine at the grocery store. These hidden links are absolutely everywhere. The only question is, what will you spot first?